Us in our studio here. Guys, why don't you introduce yourselves for us?
I'll go first. Reuben Langdon. You probably know me as the voice and body mocap actor for Dante, Devil May Cry 3 and 4. I also do body motion capture for Chris in Resident Evil 5, Code Veronica. And I'm the voice of Ken Masters. There's my Capcom resume right there. And a bunch of other stuff that I can't quite talk about right now. But bit parts in Dead Rising, which we'll pass it on to our star here.
Wow. Well, hi. I'm Terrence Rotolo. I'm the voice of Frank West for the Dead Rising series. I also did all the mocap with Reuben in Japan for the first Dead Rising, and I'm the voice of Kratos for Devil May Cry 4.
Yes,
I did Kratos?
Devil May Cry 4, Kratos.
Devil May Cry 4, I get them confused. And bit parts on Resident Evil Raccoon City, which I did with both these guys, and a number of characters on Dragon's Dogma that's coming up. Yeah. To you, sir.
Hi, I'm Liam O'Brien. I'm a voice actor and a voice director. Sort of become the voice director for all things Resident Evil. Voice directed on Resident Evil 5 and lots of other ones. As a voice actor, probably best known for Gaara from Naruto and War from Darksiders, Illidan from World of Warcraft, Nightcrawler and Angel from Wolverine and the X-Men. There's more, but I'll just cut it off there. You'll hear me walking around the floor here at E3 and things I can't tell you I'm in. And that's it. Howdy.
Awesome, guys.
Weren't you in Devil May Cry 4 as well?
Yes. I played Sanctus. I did the mocap and the old man, the old fart voice for Sanctus.
Nice. So, I know these guys in the chat are probably going to be asking you guys to do a voice request too. Like, someone's already asking for the fantastic and I've covered wars, from Frank West. If you guys want to do it, go ahead. It's up to you.
Oh, look at that. The chat's right there.
So if you guys can see the chat, it's right there.
I'm seeing some of the questions.
Again.
What is
my computer's dying, so.
Somebody's asking, do you think Ken should be nerfed? What is nerfed? Like throwing the nerf footballs?
Nerfed, as in like.
What that means?
No, it means they're talking about his fighting, like his strength.
Oh, his strength.
Yeah.
Meaning subdued,
meaning
or
is he too hard
against him, or
is he too powerful?
Too powerful, yeah.
Oh, hell no. You can never be too powerful.
Yes.
That's why Reuben was the perfect casting choice.
Exactly. And do I do martial arts? Yes, I'm an avid martial artist. That's how I got into the industry, through martial arts and stunt work.
Yes, same for me, actually. Yeah. And actually,
TJ and I worked on Power Rangers.
Yeah, for a number of years, and then Reuben launched his company Just Cause, and was good enough to share the wealth, and we've been working together a lot. So, and actually, one of the first things you called me in was Boeing Conspiracy.
Oh, that's right. We did some non-Capcom work, so we don't want to go too heavily in, but we did. Yeah, we did some fight stuff on Born Supremacy.
Born Supremacy. That's
one of the Born games a while back.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Hey, Reuben, can you yell, Jackie?
No, I don't yell Jackie. That's the other girl. The girl yells Jackie. I yell Matilda.
What is that from?
From the Mentos commercials in Japan.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's someone who knows you.
We have some hardcore fans over there. That's good.
They're asking
they're asking for Dante lines.
Dante lines. Are they? Wow, there's a lot of Reuben fans here.
Oh, and somebody
Chojuko.
mentioned someone mentioned B-Fighter. There you go.
Awesome. And the Shoryuken. Okay. I don't know. I'm just seeing.
Nice.
I see. Who are your influences, if any, for the voices? Just voices in general. I was a geek growing up, and when I was really little, I loved that animated. I think it was joint Japanese and French. The Hobbit. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Gollum in that made me want to be an actor, and I just was fascinated as a kid, and I always look back to that for getting me here. So thank you, actor who I don't even know who you are, who voiced Gollum a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, I guess actually that's true. I mean, two of my biggest influences as a kid growing up was Yul Brynner from the Ten Commandments, and Toshiro Mifune. all of Toshiro Mifune's movie. I mean, I just love his voice, and it's just there's such power. You know, it's just that power there, and it's like, and it just that really influenced me as becoming an actor as well. I love Toshiro Mifune movies, and I think that's what kind of got me towards martial arts as well, and really getting into the whole Japanese entertainment. Like anime and all that kind of stuff, samurai stuff. So yeah, that was a big influence.
Mine was Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung.
Of course.
Those were my three. I worshiped those guys for years, still do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What are some?
Here's a question for you guys then. Aside from like what influenced you to begin with to really get into what you do, are there any influences for particular characters that you really latch onto that you are for Capcom games? Like, for Ken, do you pull any outside influences of what you really think he should sound like and how he should be?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You kind of set yourself up because if you go, oh, well, I'm going for this, and it's like, you never know if you achieve it or not. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a but it's like for Frank, I always think of Clint Eastwood and Mickey Rourke.
Okay.
And it's like that's kind of I'm trying to like do a marriage of Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry and Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
From like The Wrestler or something like that. And it's like that's kind of my main thing, in doing Frank.
Chuck Norris. Yeah, I'm a fan of Chuck Norris, but he is not my inspiration for Ken. No, I'm sorry.
Maybe like Ken's dad.
Maybe Ken's dad.
Yeah.
He's exactly.
Nice.
What are some other things in here? Liam, how about you and your characters? What do you pull? Stuff?
What do I pull in?
What do you pull in? Influences.
Geez. I don't know. I start with what the guy looks like, and then I try to push my voice into the back of my throat or into my nose, or seriously. And I was a voracious reader as a kid, and I watched cartoons like crazy, and all of them inform each other. So sometimes a character will pull a little bit out of the Silverhawks, and a little bit from the Lord of the Rings, and a little piece of this, and a little piece of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
My characters are pretty much just surfer dudes. Both Ken and Dante are just surfer dudes. So I just think about going to the beach and hanging out.
But not Chuck Norris.
That's right.
And not Chuck Norris. No, he again. That would be more of a father figure.
What projects are we currently working on? Well,
anything we're working on, we're not allowed to admit to.
Yeah.
The only thing that we were told we could say is we all did some bits and parts of motion capture on Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
As far as to who, what, and where, and when, we're not going to go into the details.
Yeah, we can't hit the
Please
details.
don't leak anything yet.
I voiced Chuck Norris in Dragon's Dogma.
So,
and yes, underneath his beard is another fist. So.
This is, as Frank has always been voiced by the same guy. He sounded a little different. Well, you can explain that.
Has Frank always been voiced by the same guy? He sounded a little different in Case West. That's true. But
Wasn't he older in the?
Yeah, it's like in Case West, they did, because he is getting older, and there's references to that. We tried to make the voice a little more gravelly, and we changed a few things up, as opposed to the first Dead Rising, where it was just sort of me doing my thing, and it's like, and in Case West we did kind of go, okay, well, he gets tired a little easier now, and it's like, and things hurt more, hurt for a little longer, and it's like, and so the voice was a little more gravelly.
I noticed in Dead Rising 2, off the record, we have here on the show floor, Frank sort of like sits there and he groans even if you sit there too long. Just holds his back and he's like,
I've seen a couple people asking how to get into this line of work, and the one thing the three of us have in common, even though we all have slight variations of the same job, is become an actor, learn how to act, take acting classes, do plays, go to where the work is, go to New York City, Los Angeles.
Yeah, study, train, and go where the work is.
And then if you want to be a voice actor, play with your voice a lot. And if you want to be a stunt actor, learn some martial arts and do the opposite of what I do, which is a lot of screaming and begging. Learn some martial arts and how to run up walls.
Well, we scream and make noises in martial arts. we throw kicks while we
Not
do
so
it.
much begging, though.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
No begging. No. Well, you shouldn't, unless you're getting beat up. Unless your teacher's beating you up, twisting your arm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So there was one question that went by. Do you guys play the games that you work on? And if so, what's your favorite?
Do you play the game? I mean,
Okay, I'll jump in. I love Street Fighter. I worshipped it. I lived, breathed Street Fighter growing up in high school, and 90% of my income went to Street Fighter. Well, maybe 80. The other 20% went to manga, but 80% of any money, quarters I had in my pocket went to Street Fighter. So Street Fighter 2 mostly because of. So yes, Street Fighter. I'm a avid Street Fighter player, fan, love it. Excited to be Ken. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have to say my favorite game I'm still angling to work on is the Soul Calibur series.
Yeah.
That was my favorite game
Good stuff.
growing up. I mean, I dumped tons of money on Soul Calibur just because I'm into weapons and that whole thing, and I loved it. And so it's like, I don't know if anybody with the powers in listening to this, it's like Soul Calibur. That's yes, and yes.
Maybe that'll be the next big thing. There's Capcom, or there's Street Fighter versus Tekken. Maybe there'll be Monster Hunter. No, not Monster Hunter. What are the monster games?
We have Monster Hunter.
Darksiders? No. What is?
We have
what is
Monster
that?
Hunter, yeah.
No. What is the fighting game that Capcom did with all the?
Right.
Oh,
with
all the
Morgan
ghosts
the
and-
Vampire.
Morgan the Vampire. And what was that?
Darkstalkers.
Sorry,
Darkstalkers,
Darkstalkers versus Soul Calibur.
There you go. There you go. See,
That's-
that's the next project.
That's the next project.
Yes.
More recent games that I've really loved are Darksiders, which is the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the one that I voiced War for. It's like take Zelda and set it in the apocalypse and just make it dark and gritty, and that's a great game. I'm a big fan of the Fallout series, and I got to pitch in a lot in different places for Fallout New Vegas, so I like irradiated freaks and walking through the desert, so that was a big one. And I'm Resident Evil 5. I mean, I love the Resident Evil games long before I became a voice actor or a voice director. So to get to direct actors and to act in them myself has been surreal.
Awesome.
and great.
Yeah.
This is interesting. My gay teacher, Petri, asked if you were straight. Is that to me, Liam, or TJ?
Where's the question?
I
What's
think
the
that's to
question?
Liam.
It's still Liam. It's gotta
I'm
be
gay
Liam.
teacher Petri. Ask if you are straight. As far as my wife knows, I'm straight.
This is live.
Yeah.
so
Off
we
the
can't-
record.
Yes. Yeah. We are actors,
Fairly
so
straight.
in
Yes,
Los Angeles. So,
exactly. And as Jean-Claude
LA,
Van
though.
Damme once said, to be famous in this town, sometimes you have to take it up the butt. I'm quoting
and we'll leave it
Jean-Claude
at that.
Van Damme. And we'll leave it at that.
And we'll
All
just
right.
leave it at that.
Here's a question too. Are you guys going to be? I know you come out to a lot of events. Are you guys planning to go out to New York Comic Con? This is a question from one of our
What's
fans.
that?
Are you guys planning to go out to New York Comic Con?
New York Comic Con. Not me. I plan to go to San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah.
Liam, are you going to see you there this year? If you're not working?
All my cons are. I'm going to Ireland this year, and then I'm taking a vacation to China. So all my travel plans are set. So unfortunately, I will not be at any of the Comic Cons this year for the first time in a long time.
And I'll just say no.
We're going to miss you.
Sorry,
Sorry,
guys.
about UFO conspiracies.
Huh?
I'm gonna miss
Let's
sitting having dinner.
Bust it out. Come on, let's go.
We can do it now. Just
We'll
for the
do it
record.
live.
For
Yeah.
the record, I'm an avid UFO conspiracy
Yeah.
believer / whatever UFO. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, what are we confessing things? What?
I don't
Shout out to the Illuminati underneath the Denver airport.
Exactly, and the skull and bones and all the other evil terrorist organizations that are going to rule the world.
And I like
we know
Twinkies.
you were there. and what?
And I like Twinkies.
Ah.
I don't. I think they're making an organic series of those. So.
All right, we went into the gay thing, and now we're going into penises.
Yes.
I think we should avoid those.
No, you can
Yeah,
just avoid some of these
no.
questions.
Well, we could. We just can't run for Congress. Is all.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Why so curious, Harry the Turtle?
Yeah, I know. Let's keep it about. It's about the games.
It's
So-
about the games.
Speaking of E3,
one-
have you guys been here the whole time? You've been out to see everything, or?
I was here a little bit yesterday. I just got around the where are we at? The West Hall?
Yeah, we're in the West Hall now.
West Hall.
Yeah.
I just got around to see
It's-
Nintendo and some of the things.
It's hard to see everything. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there's so much.
I'm
It's-
taking notes so I can go online later and like watch these
Yeah.
trailers and things and.
Yeah.
Every year it's hard to pick clear winners because there's so many flippin' amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
this-
from all the companies.
Yeah, every year. I mean, it seems like every year, and there's such a leap forward, and there's so many new things to say. It really is hard to take it all in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't get a chance to go out and see everything, but I can't imagine what it's like to try and get all of this crammed into 3 days. So
Yeah, it's very difficult.
But I was
wow, Harry.
Harry's just going a
Harry.
little crazy.
Aw.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've
So,
got
yeah.
issues, Harry.
Anyways,
Sorry.
we love you, Harry, but
So
we just
what
can't talk
other-
about it.
What other Capcom works? So it looks like there's a lot of people asking about different Capcom works you guys have been in. Have you guys done anything for like Mega Man or anything like that in the past, or
Specifically Mega Man or
well, just anything Capcom?
older stuff? You mean like older stuff in the
Yeah.
days of your Capcom? I don't know.
I would say all the Street Fighters from
Did we play them or were we?
1 to.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you guys actually? What other voices have you done in Capcom games?
Oh.
If you guys can, I don't know if you can. You can also
I
talk about.
kind of
other
already
games that
listed
you've
my
been in.
Capcom resume.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's.
I mean,
for me, it's
Liam, you were obviously you're voice director on Resident Evil 5, but you also voiced TJ's body for the was it Butcher
Yes,
Shop?
for
Butcher, yeah.
So TJ was the body mocap guy on Resident Evil 5.
Right.
And
Yeah.
You did the voice for that.
I've done a lot of zombie voices for a lot of Resident Evil.
Just grunting into the
Oh
mic.
yeah, lots of. a lot of that.
But I have to say, you're pretty damn amazing at it, because I remember you were directing me, and you were just like, no, do it like this, and I was like, Liam, just come and do it,
get
man,
in the
because that was
booth.
good. That
We
was
don't have them
awesome,
all to
man.
sound the same, and for dialogue it's one thing, but for tearing your throat out, I never want. I don't know if all voice directors are like this, but I don't want you guessing and screaming,
Yeah.
trying to get what's in my head. Just that stuff's kind of rough work on the voice, so I try
Yeah.
to keep it at a minimum.
Yeah, that's true.
A little
That's
torture's
true.
nice, but not too much.
I have to admit, somebody was just talking about do we enjoy the internet games or the arcade, or do we miss the arcade? I was just in Japan, in Osaka, actually, 2 weeks ago, for the past 2 weeks, up until the other day, and I miss the arcades. You can't find an arcade in the States.
No.
They're pretty
No.
much gone.
Yeah.
Times
and-
Square in New York City. That's
Yeah, I mean, but walking, it's so awesome to
Santa
just.
Monica Pier still has an arcade.
Yeah, but it's just
like,
not
yeah.
the same. I mean, even in
Yeah.
Japan, it's a dying thing. But going to some of the Shoten guys, the shopping arcades, and just, it's so awesome just to like step into an arcade, drop in 100 yen, and play a game of Street Fighter against some really badass Japanese dudes,
Yeah.
and get my ass kicked. It's refreshing.
Yeah. So what arcades did you go to?
I was in Namba. I don't know. Have you been to Osaka?
I've been to Osaka and Tokyo.
I was in Namba and that main kind of Shoten guy, and
Yeah.
went to this. There was a Sega arcade, and I was working in Shindy. What was it called? Shindy Station, and there was a couple arcades around there. So I mean, I just, of course, doing the Street Fighter
Yeah.
thing there. But I mean, it's you can just like walk around, jump into an arcade. If you have time to kill, you've got.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my meeting's not for another 30 minutes. Okay, I'll go kill some time in the arcade. You can't do that here.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So it's
You
a
used
lo-
to.
yeah, it's a
used to be
lost
able to do
thing,
it.
yeah.
Used to stop at the mall and hey, I'll go to the gold mine over at the mall and drop in a couple quarters and.
One of the cool things, I think it's in the other hall, but there's a sort of an arcade museum here. It's in one corner, and they've just got tables with Atari 2600, Vectrex, that robot, the Power Glove, and then about 15 arcade
Well,
cabinets.
I just met a guy yesterday. He was telling me there was I guess like a restaurant or an attraction in Vegas called Insert Coin.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
has,
that. Yeah.
That has a whole that goes through the history of the Atari 2600, and you can actually play it all the way up to
Nice.
Oh wow.
to current systems. So you can go in there, and I think Evo is going to be associated with that or something. I heard. I don't know.
Actually,
Do you know?
don't know, actually.
Okay, but anyways, I plan to go to Evo. Well, I hope to go to Evo and check it out.
So do I, yeah.
So maybe we'll see you there.
There also been a couple of questions about Frank being in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Well, we're not really talking about anything about Marvel, so...
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That was last year.
I just wanted to acknowledge that we did see the question. So.
Okay.
So you're not getting ignored. But.
So, one of the questions I saw that seems pretty silly, but it was towards Reuben. They're asking if you got dizzy while doing the mocap for Dante, since he does all that spinning stuff.
Not dizzy. I mean, I do a lot of spinning every day. For my day job is spinning, so I'm trying to think. No, I didn't. I don't think it was any of the Devil May Cry stuff. I remember there was one thing I got really dizzy on recently. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, it happens from time to time. But I'm used to spinning.
Actually, I want to say there was a great sequence. I think it was Devil May Cry 4. There was a great sequence that I saw. Like it looked like they pretty much tried to copy in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The whole gun battle at the end, where they're kind of like moving each other's guns. And I thought that was 3. Yeah, that was. I thought that was a great. I thought that was a really great bit.
It was based on
nice.
The gun kata in Equilibrium.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And then we kind of took it to the next level with the two. Yeah, so that was.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was a fun sequence.
Yeah.
I kind of co-choreographed it with action director of the cinematics, Yuji Shimomura. Awesome guy. He makes everything look so beautiful.
Yeah.
This camera work, but
that was really that was a great sequence. What else we got?
If they ever had mocap for Ken, I would love to do that as well. I would totally, but unfortunately, he's an animated superhuman monster, and I can only voice him. He's too cool for mocap.
Nice. Nice.
So here's a general question you guys can probably all sort of chime in on. What really goes on at Just Cause? Like, what all do you guys do as part of your jobs?
Well, I run the company with my partner.
That's all.
With my partner, and then I hire these guys to make the magic. So these are the talent. These are the talented guys that kind of Liam directing the other talent, TJ and whatnot. But I just kind of make it all work in the technical side. Of course, with my staff and my partner, making the production side happen. It's working with Capcom. So we get an order, and we work damn hard to try to please you guys, and then please the audience out there.
Well, you guys have done fantastic work. So
thank you.
Are you guys based here in LA?
Yeah, we're all based here. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's like Reuben handles so much just in terms of logistics and just bringing the whole thing together. It's like I feel like by the time I come in to do the acting or do the mocap or whatever, I mean, it almost feels like 90% of the job is already done, because Just Cause has been so on top of just coordinating the whole thing just so you can do the shots. By the time we get to doing the shots, so much effort goes into it on his part,
Well, I guess that's one good side about me being in the actor's realm as well as in the production side is I know what an actor would want to get things done, and we try as hard as we can to work with Capcom to make those things happen. But we're still trying. It's not perfect, but I'm sure
works.
Maybe compared to other production houses, we probably get that much further along, because I do have a little bit of an insight on the actor and performer side.
Absolutely.
Liam is always there fighting battles as well, and telling us what we need. And
we all love the projects that we're working on, and we all want what's best for it. So we can carve it out as best we can.
Yeah.
I don't know how you keep your head straight sometimes. Changing from producer to actor, or doing both in the same hour.
Actually, acting is the only thing that keeps me sane. Because if I had to get stuck in the production realm, like my partner, you see him, he's a nervous wreck. I'm the only sane guy, because I have acting I can fall back on, and I can tell everybody, I'm acting today. It's like a switch. I can turn it off and just focus on the acting for the day.
So is that like your most enjoyable part of the job is acting?
For me, I really enjoy acting.
We get to play in a different universe every game. We're
Yeah.
either fighting zombies or
Being
you're
zombies.
right. Right. You're fighting zombies, or you're killing a dragon, or you're driving a car around Los Angeles in the 40s, or whatever the game is. We all get to work on so many different projects. We get to live in a different universe every week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
it. Playing
and that's
make-believe.
the best escape from production,
Yeah.
Awesome.
from the hells of production.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like we got enough time for maybe like one or two more questions if they're quick.
Cool.
Let's see. They're asking if there's any funny stories or anything like that that's happened while working on Capcom games.
Any funny stories?
Anything
Wow,
funny or silly that's happened? I'm sure there is, but I don't know if you can recall anything.
Probably too
I'm
many.
sure we'll all be able to pull that out of our butts at the last second.
Well, let's, while we're thinking about that, let's
Yeah.
go on to the next question.
Well,
Yeah.
There are a lot of funny stories.
who would win in a fight, Ken Masters or Frank West?
Wait, what's that? Ken. Ken would win. Ken would win.
Easily Ken.
No, Ken would win.
Ken I would say Ken just because he's younger, but Frank might pull out a
A gun.
drill or
bazooka?
a baseball bat or
A
or
park bench?
Frank
Park
might
bench?
also be have a couple of cocktails in him too.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
feel
Yeah.
like Ken was always sharp. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. You
that's the
gotta-
thing. It's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. The thing you gotta love about Frank is that he's just a guy who has no business doing what he's doing. Really,
Yeah.
he just really doesn't.
He fights dirty.
Yeah, he fights dirty, and he makes no apologies. But I think in a straight up fight with Ken, I think hands down, my money's on Ken.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, Frank, but love you. But
So,
Speaking of funny stories, I got one for Dead Rising. The first Dead Rising when we were doing the mocap.
yeah,
We had just bust out we had a couple of other actors. We had T.J. Storm, Adam Clark, who was playing all the bad guys, and we had just finished we had a couple of mocap shoots in Japan. We just finished.
Yeah.
We popped open a bottle of champagne. We were celebrating. All of a sudden, the whole building just starts shaking madly.
okay.
yes,
We
yeah.
were in a very large earthquake at the
Oh, wow.
time.
Yeah.
One of the largest up until recently, in the middle of Tokyo, and our big, huge heroes
Yes.
were under the desk
under
whimpering.
the table like that.
Like that, whimpering. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah,
and
I was
I'm
just
like
like-
trying to hold the computers from falling off the
Yeah,
desk.
right.
And I'm like, all right, hey, hold it
That was the
together
thing.
here.
All the company people grabbed the computers.
Yeah.
Me,
the
TJ
actors-
Storm, we were.
All the actors were under the table.
Yeah.
saving their asses.
It's like, forget the technology, man. No, thank you.
But yeah, that was a memorable experience.
Yeah, yeah, that was actually pretty scary because I think that was the biggest earthquake I'd ever been in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, guys, it was a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in and
Thanks
talking
for
to
having
our
us.
fans. And
No, it's great.
Thank you,
these guys
fans,
love
for listening and for all the silly comments. And
yeah.
you. Do you
Yeah.
have one request? Can you each
Yeah.
say something in one of your Capcom voices?
Tatsumaki Senpyukaku!
I've covered wars, you know. Awesome.
All right.
Liam
thanks so
wins.
much, guys.
All right.